All right. So I have a question for you guys. I didn't
Hmm.
ask it earlier, but it ties into the story that we're going about to talk about. Um, are either of you currently playing any trading card games, or have you played trading card games in the past? John, I'll ask you first because you are our resident game nerd when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I worked for Funcoland in Houston in 1994 when they just so happened to be play testing the beta versions of Magic the Gathering. And
Ooh.
me, unbeknownst, like here I am working 120 hours a week. There was a reason why I left that job. 120 hours a week, managing 3 stores and training other managers and helping them build stores. And like I've got nothing to do with all this money I've got, and no time to go out and spend it. So me and the guy that I had gone down there with, we we would buy these cards and play the game. We tried a few, but we've settled on Magic the Gathering because it seemed pretty fun. And so yeah, I've played in some small tournaments. I have thousands of cards, but I haven't bought any new ones in the last 15 years. So all of my decks are the kind that make people say, "Why aren't those in cases for crying out loud?" So, but yeah, yeah, I love the game. I think it's fun. I still have my cards, but I haven't had anybody play with in a long time. No time to
Oh,
really find places to
now
play
I'm
and go
sad.
regularly.
How about you, Donnie boy? Any TCGs in your past or present?
All the above. I currently play Magic Commander format quite often.
Ooh.
I have a friend that comes over and play. My next door neighbor plays. I go over to my cousin's house. Sometimes there's 10 people there, and we've got 2 or 3 different pods of games going. So, yeah. And I played since the beginning. Not quite like John there. He was working at Funkoland, so yeah, I'm sure he had to hook up. But I've been playing since Sierra Angel was a powerful card.
Oh yeah, I have a few of those.
Absolutely. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm all about it.
Yeah. I played Magic, I want to say 99 into like 2002. Um and then, I was married and I had a second child, and yeah, the time to getting together with my friends to play a TCG kind of went to the wayside. Um, but then I had 2 kids who, first, my daughter got really into Pokemon, but for a while realized that she just wanted to collect the cards. She didn't want to actually play the game. I actually said, "There's a game with this. We should sit down and learn it." And she was like, I want to say 8 or 9 at the time, and nope, she had no interest in like actually learning how to play the game and playing it. But then my son, as he got older, really got into Yu-Gi-Oh. He's played in quite a few tournaments. Um, and then he actually got into Pokemon and started playing Pokemon tournaments. I've played Yu-Gi-Oh
Nice.
with him a lot. But now we've actually found a new game called Alestrals. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
Yep.
It started as a Kickstarter. They have a website now. They have several pre-built decks. It's very reminiscent of Magic, except it's way more structured. You have 80, it's an 80 card deck. 20 of the cards are what they call spirits, which are kind of like lands in Magic, right? They're what you draw your power from, but they're also your life force. Once you run out of them and you're attacked, you lose. So that's what makes the game interesting. And then the other 60 cards are creatures and spells that you cast using your Lestrals. So it's very different, and it's not like where you like they're all mixed together. Your spirits are separate and you draw them as you need them. Whereas in Magic, it's all mixed together, and as you hope you get lands in your hand and creatures that you can cast right away. This is like, no, you just draw your spells and your creatures, and then you just pull out the. But it also then requires more strategy to be like, well, wait, if I cast this, like I'm wasting spirits. It's complicated. Played a couple of times so far. It's interesting. I'm still trying to get used to it, the mechanics. I won the first one, he won the second one, so yeah, I'm but like there's nowhere where there's tournaments or anything yet because it is like the game just came out. It's a brand new thing. So
Yeah.
Right, and we've had a game designer on before, like we've
Zach
had. What's that?
with Zach just had his game Havoc come out in stores.
Yeah,
So yeah.
which was fun, and he emailed me, and I should get back to him. But yeah, that was a fun game. When we go to the Comic Cons, there's usually a bunch of game designers there.
Yep.
And we're not even talking. That's not even talking the conventions that are just for game designers.
Yes,
You know?
yes. So yeah. So I haven't played Magic in a long time. Obviously, John, you haven't played Magic in a long time. You are all about the commander format there, my friend, in Magic. You brought this story to my attention, and then it's funny because I mentioned something to my son about it, and he went off for about 20 minutes about it.
I've
Apparently,
seen this story too. I mean,
this is a
I
big
keep up with it.
brouhaha in the Magic the Gathering community. Why don't Don? You're much closer to this than I am. Why don't you give your take on it for everyone?
Okay. Sure. So yeah, basically what just happened, a big shakeup. The first, and it comes in two parts, is there were 4 cards that were banned in the commander format. 2 of these cards were worth quite a lot of money, but once they got banned, their value dropped about 50%.
Okay.
And when I say quite a lot of money, I mean like $100, $200. Now Wizards of the Coast, although they own Magic, they did not come up with the commander format. Okay,
Right.
that is a player-made format. Now, do they lean into it? Yes, they make their own. You can now go buy pre-made commander decks that Wizards of the Coast releases. But as far as the rules, that was all done by volunteer committee that decided the rules and the bans. So, although it was ill-advised by Wizards, that council banned these 4 cards. Again, 2 of them are the ones they quote unquote shouldn't have banned. They got death threats, doxing, hey, I'm going to do this at the next event to you. So long story short, they quit. There is no more Commanders Rule Council. Wizards of the Coast now controls the commander format.
Jesus. Which
could be good or bad. But it was kind of a special thing that since 2011, Magic the Gathering's most popular format was player controlled and created.
Yeah.
Again, Wizards of the Coast just at some point decided, okay, this is a thing. We want to make money. We'll lean into it a little bit. So those days are now over. Wizards of the Coast now controls it, which, don't get me wrong, may make some happy because Wizards of the Coast did not want Mana Vault or this other Mana Rock banned, so now they may get unbanned. But yeah, it's crazy because like people are throwing death threats at a volunteer committee.
Yes.
That for the most part has done a great job. So I understand losing 50% of value on something, but is it worth saying you're going to harm somebody over? It's fucking ridiculous.
May I also interject or add to this story that you're telling, Don? Wizards of the Coast, owned by Hasbro, that of late had another problem with the community where they were putting out too many versions of the decks per year, not giving people even a chance to collect and put a good deck together before they go on to the next version of the game and ban cards that you haven't even had a chance to play with yet. Basically the community looked at it as, you're just trying to milk us for money now. This isn't fun. They also put out an anniversary card that was like $1,000 or something stupid like that.
Yeah, they do all sorts of dumb
and
shit
not
like that.
playable and like nothing like you'd expect something really nice, and the package was just stupid from what I understand. So
Well, that's like the
yeah,
One Ring card, right? They made one of them, and it's like worth millions of dollars now, and it's like ridiculous.
yeah, but like Wizards of the Coast is also screwing over the D&D community too at this point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're definitely screwing things up because they could be making a lot of money with D&D. They could make a lot of money if they had a digital play, because let's face it, not many people can gather around a table. There's a lot of D&D and shit going down on Discord or whatever, these other platforms.
Yep.
So, you know, they're trying to make D&D now like microtransaction, which I don't even mind. Like, if you put it, like, they can make money in their modules. That's the problem with how they're dealing with D&D now. You know, yeah, we shouldn't be on 5th edition with a 6th edition coming out.
Yeah.
We should be on 4th or whatever, but just keep giving us modules and shit, or give us an interface that we can use on the computer or whatnot and play together through the internet. And then, yeah, come out with modules and items and whatnot for things like that. You could continually do that.
Yeah.
Like, I DM, but I don't want to DM. I don't want to make up shit. Give me shit to play, and I'm there.
And that's sorry, Dave. One more thing. Also, don't make us pay twice for the same modules. Like you have to now, if you want to play online, you use D&D. Was it 1 or whatever, or their online D&D Beyond? You go into D&D Beyond. I have that whole bookshelf back there is full of D&D books.
I know.
I can't use them on D&D Beyond. You have to pay for them again in digital format. Yeah. Why would I want to spend another $1,000 or more to play the game I love on D&D Beyond? Like, that's stupid.
I also feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure like it's whatever the current rules are on D&D Beyond. Like, there should be ability to like say, you know what, we want to play, but we want to play 2nd edition
or 3.5 edition. Or 3.5 was one of the most popular versions of all.
Right,
of them.
but I'm just, I mean, I always played 2nd when I was younger, so
I still like advanced. I like calculating THAC0 in my brain. So,
but anyway, before we get too nerdy on it, but that's like, I think that was one of the things that they really missed out on was give the people like, just charge a yearly thing to access, because most people I know that play role-playing games today play them over the internet. No one gets together and plays. So if I could go to a website that had an interface not unsimilar to what we're using right now to stream, that had, you know, a chat where you could secretly chat to people, had a like your character sheet up on one side and the DM had a different screen. Like, you could easily build something like that.
And there were a whole bunch of places that did, like a place called Hero Lab that I used their application.
I remember Hero Lab.
And they got sued. So they can't, their online Hero Lab's online version can't have any actual D&D content on it. Whereas you could use with the application, you could download it because somebody could put it together, but it wasn't done by Hero Lab. It's the same thing as with like video game emulators. But they just, I don't know. The whole thing is just sad because every time a corporation gets involved with this stuff, you know, when it was just Wizards of the Coast, it was fun. When Wizards of the Coast bought D&D, I was kind of okay with that. Then Hasbro got involved, and now it's just one bollocks after another.
Yeah, yeah. But again, back to the main story, like it's a trading card game. And it's funny because I feel like if you're that worried about the value of cards, you're maybe playing for the wrong reasons. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm with you, but I'm telling you, I know a lot of people that sit there and go, "Oh, this deck is worth this," and all. I mean, I literally know people that have Magic cards put away and like, "Yeah, that's for my kids' college fund." Like, I'm like, you should just go ahead and put them in a mutual fund or something.
all right.
I don't know if
As a nerd who's been collecting comics for over 40 years, the speculator market is the worst market to sit there and say, like,
Yes.
oh, I'm putting this away for my kid's college fund. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Do you know how many people bought comics in the 90s going, oh, I'm going to save this for my kid's college fund? And you know how many of those comics are now in the dollar bin at every comic book store? Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Foil
people.
cover be damned.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The only reason my collection of Magic the Gathering is worth so much, like it's probably worth about 50 grand, is because I was there when they were testing the beta version. You know,
right? And
so
most of those
I managed cards that you couldn't get anymore before the speculators came into it. You know,
right? But that's the whole thing. The only reason Action Comics #1 is worth the money that it's worth is because World War II happened, and a lot of them were recycled for the war effort. Plus, they were comics, and kids and people didn't collect stuff like that back in the 40s. But so there's only a handful that are in circulation that are in good condition. It's extremely rare.
And Magic's not like pay to play. Like you can't say. I mean, a lot of you might think, oh, all the expensive cards are the most powerful ones. Honestly, no. You can find cheap versions of cards that do all the same shit and more, because it does, as Magic continues to age, it power creeps. So they do that all the time. We're like, oh, I like this card. Well, guess what? This card does that plus this and costs one less. Like, and it's a common. So, like, you know, it's not pay to win sort of thing with Magic.
It's your deck. It's deck building. Like, you can have a bunch of crap. Like, I used to play with slivers a lot. And I had a multicolor sliver deck because I had Savannah and Plains and all these dual, or what is it, Savannah and Swamp and whatever, all these dual land cards. So I could bring out the entire sliver collection, and everything was cheap because they didn't expect somebody to have all these ancient cards that you could still play that could bring out two different types of lands. So, it's like, if you're a good deck builder, you can do much better than somebody who goes and spends thousands of dollars on what are considered the best cards.
Yes. So, all right. Long story short, don't threaten people just because they're, built a fan base thing and they said, these cards, we feel like they should be banned. Because you know what? The one card that my son was telling me about sounded way too powerful. And I understand why they banned it. So it was just like, get over it.
Sorry. I mean, he was probably talking about Mana Crypt. And I hate to be talking gibberish for those that don't know, but Mana Crypt, it costs nothing. It's an artifact that costs nothing. Every round, it'll give you 2 colorless mana.
Yep.
And the only cost is that you flip a coin. And so you got a 50-50 chance of it doing 3 damage to you. Okay. So, but in Commander, you've got 40 fucking health. So that 2 mana every round for you to use, and you might lose hit points from it. Yeah. Believe me, I played against that shit. It's annoying.
It's kind of like that's kind of like Soul Ring. Soul Ring was an original card where it was one colorist and you could add 2.
Soul Ring is in every Commander deck in existence.
Right. I have a couple of them because I had them when they first came out, first edition. But it's cards like that.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.